Okay, are we good?
I got you. What's up?
Hi. Hello,
How you
everybody.
how you doing?
Fantastic.
Thank you for taking this time out with me. I do know you guys are actually pretty busy today, right?
Yeah, I've been busy for, like all week. I'm not as busy as the top two. I'm like the constellation brides, so
I,
I'm not as busy as the other two. They book. I'm like,
you
oh,
semi
we
book.
couldn't get them, so y'all get me.
Got you. Don't even feel bad though, because hey, I go through the same thing. I go through the
No,
exact
I feel blessed. I'm happy. I'm like, oh, I'll go. I'll go. I'll go. Happily.
most most definitely. Well, for those of you that don't know, this is Miss Katelynn Bennett. What's going on with you? How you doing?
Blessed. So I have my Christmas tree here. Like she stays up all year, but she's normally in the living room. But for the sake, um, I brought her so she could be in the background of the interview.
Yeah, two things. Number one, I find it crazy how your Christmas tree and me have the exact same color on. So wow, that is
Courtney,
kind of cool.
I see you.
I'm like, wow, I'm glad I got my hair cut because I was looking like a light skinned James Harden for a little bit, but
You
it's
do look
all.
handsome. You look very dapper.
I appreciate that. Thank you. So, real fast, how are you? How's the family during all of this craziness going on in the world?
Well, my mom called like an hour ago. Why I didn't look like this. That was a mess. I kept telling you, like, we gotta go later. We gotta go later. We gotta go later because I'd washed my hair yesterday, and I decided to. Why I did it yesterday and didn't finish, I don't know. I don't know. I do dumb stuff like that. But
I'm about to be
I
married to a black woman, so I know how all that stuff can go.
yeah. So you wash it in the tub, and then you get tired. And so this morning it was Mufasa, and it's a little calmer. I have another live later. It'll look a little. It's gonna get better throughout the day as I have these breaks. Will keep enhancing, and then eventually it should be where it is. But yeah. So my mom called and she's crying and she's like, "Oh my god, I watched your interview and it's surreal because they've been on this ride with me. My parents, my siblings. This acting game is pre-COVID was
Hmm.
tough, and then COVID comes and everybody's like, so you can do something else. Or they were always giving positive energy, but it's like, so are we
It's
sticking with the
extremely
thing?
challenging.
It is. And so, but like honestly, this year for me, I have like five major bookings this year. 2020, the year before that had none. So it's been a good year for me personally.
So
But
real
family and they're doing well.
So real fast, because I do know you're a busy woman. You have a ton of things to get to today, so we're gonna make sure that we stay on time. But real quick, like what made you decide to get into acting?
So I've always had an interest in acting. I grew up in Pittsburgh. I used to do commercials like as a little kid. Um, and then I entertain. Like I'm a poet. A lot of people don't know that. I do plan on dropping
Amazing.
poetry tomorrow, probably in the day. But anything entertaining, I've always been into, and I just felt like, oh, like acting, it'll come to me. Somebody would see me and they're like, oh, you should act, and it didn't work out that way. So I ended up it's funny, like when you don't grow up like in LA or New York, when you grow up in like these smaller cities, you hear like these discovery stories and you're like, oh, I'm gonna just get discovered because they're gonna see me. I'm still a flight attendant, but somebody's gonna hear my PA and they're gonna be like, oh my god, did you see the energy in that girl? Come be in the Avengers as I don't know. It was dumb. It was very dumb until I was like, okay, well, what do I really need to do? And it was, I need to get into acting class. And then I got into acting class and I love it. So I've been back to acting, like aside from commercials, I've been back for only 2 years. My first year was strictly class. I did some background work. My best friend Ashley teases me because she watched it was an episode of Greenleaf where I was in background and
I
they
love
were
Greenleaf.
fighting. Yeah, there's a scene. You should go, you should look for it. Remember there was a fight scene this past season?
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say, okay, wait, it was this past season or season
It was
three?
this past season. I think I don't know what episode, but the season that just went off, like
Okay, it
Lamont
was
Rucker
season
was
5.
there. There was like a basketball player in the mansion, and they was
Oh
fighting.
yeah, yeah,
And I'm in the
because the
background going, oh,
yeah
it was
because it was
excellent acting.
it was the It was the guy that played Jacob. He was coming in to get his daughter, and
Yeah,
Jacob,
yeah.
was kind of yeah. So I'm a real fan of this stuff. So I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay, well, I was doing my best work, and I ended up meeting Lamont Rucker, and he was like, because I've had him on a flight. He was like, I know your face, and I'm like, I've had you on a flight like 2 times, and he's like, so why are you doing background? Like, talk to me. And I'm like, because I don't know how to get in anywhere else. And he was like, yo, I have this acting class called the Actors Gym in Buckhead. Like, come check me out. So I went to check him out. He was never there. He does like special guest stuff.
Like, come on, Lamont.
Yeah, like he was. So then Tom Scott, who's the teacher, he's excellent, excellent teacher. I fell in love with Tom as a teacher, as a mentor. Fell in love with my Actors Gym family and just started doing that. But yeah, that's how I got introduced to like the real adult acting. So I did like background, like I think the second time I was like, not really for me because I need to be in there. Like I'm I'm in the background, like, oh, like I need to do. I can't be in the back. I need a line. Give me a line. So I'm very tired from background.
Well, hey, you're not in background now because in this film you actually have, I want to say, is a leading role.
Yes.
So how did
I'm
this
top
whole?
three.
So like, how did
Did
this?
you see the trailer?
I did see it.
You
I
saw the
did
end?
see it. I
You saw the
did
end?
see it.
You
I
saw the
did.
Wendy Keisha.
I love it. So I was just
Katelynn
getting.
Bennett.
So I was just, like about to ask. So like, how did this role come about for you?
I have an agent. I'm with BYSB. My agent, Tay Smith, hit me up. Well, they send me auditions. But this was, I just got with BYSB. I had a different agent prior to this role. It was my third audition with them. And they kind of took me like, I had good references, but I didn't really have a whole lot of material, not the biggest resume in TV and film. So they took a chance on you, girl. And I was like, but I'm gonna prove it. I'm gonna prove to y'all that I'm dope. And they were like, well, we see it. Like, I had a really good like audition for them. And it was my third audition on BYSB. And we booked that thing on my birthday. I got a call on my birthday that we booked.
That's a
And
great birthday gift.
well, I thought Tay was calling to wish me happy birthday. And he never wished me happy birthday. Like,
Ah, dang. Does that still bother you?
huh?
I
I
said,
didn't
does
talk
him?
to him because I don't. He didn't realize, but when he called, of course, I'm like, it's Tay Smith. Hello, Tay. How are you? He's like, oh, hey, I got a role for you. I'm like, oh, it's not a birthday wish. So of course, we started talking about the birthday. Not the birthday. We started talking about the role. And at the birthday, I'm like, I got plenty of birthdays. We're not gonna talk about how many, but I got a couple birthdays in my belt. We good. Let's talk about the role. And whatever he told me was for this audition for a few things at the time. I normally you want to see a script first.
You do.
Before you agree. But I was like, oh, Terri J wants directing. So tell him yes. Tell him yes right now. Tell him yes before they change their mind.
We got to give a shout out to the director, Terri.
Terri J
Definitely got to give it.
Epic. Yes.
One of the nicest people who I have ever interviewed, and she actually gave me a follow back, and I was like, "Yo, that's dope." So
she's so humble.
She is, and I hope that her and her husband Karan, I hope they see this because y'all show some love to this young Black reporter trying to make it. So I appreciate y'all.
I'll make sure she sees it.
I definitely hope she does. I hope she also sees the suit that the brother got on. But the point is, let's get back on track. Let's get back on track here. So the film in general is going to air on BET. How excited were you once you first found out that this role is actually, going to be on, or this movie that you're in is going to be on BET?
Well, I'm a BET kid. Like, I grew up 106 in Park. I grew up representing CETA, I grew up in that space. So,
Freestyle Friday?
Yes. I'm a poet. So, don't ask me freestyle. I'm a little rusty. But I might be able to do it, but we'll see. We'll keep it on the movie.
Well, I mean, hey, let's just say this interview isn't over yet. You never know what I'm going to
I
ask
might call
next.
you once I get a little spike nog a little later. Once I get, my little spike cider and be like, hey, bring the interview back, okay? But right now, it's 3 p.m. I'm completely sober, so no.
Sobered up, yeah.
We're not gonna do that. They be like, yo, if she acts like she raps, we're not watching the movie. So for that sake, maybe call me Monday after they see it. Call me Monday, so at least they know I do have like, for sure talent. And the rappers like,
I just
like
love how in
that.
this interview we just vibing. We just vibing, we just rocking. But
Yeah.
I kind of still have a job to do. But this
Oh,
is
I'm
this
sorry.
this is
Yes.
fun. This
Oh,
is
wait.
fun. I
What's the
love it.
question?
So
What you asked the
the
question?
question, it's okay. This is like your like break time. You can have a little fun with the. I guarantee you ain't gonna never find another host with this much personality. I can promise you that.
I
Unless you
mean,
go
but
talk.
it's a youth thing, but it's also, I have ADD, and this is sometimes an issue everywhere I go. Like staying
Ah,
on
you're
track.
good. Ah, you're
Even in
good.
my audition for my agent, he was like, "Okay, like, can you like we have to stop having fun because you got to do this monologue." And I was like,
Uh-oh.
"You make me mad."
Well, okay, got you. All right, so I'm
Okay,
I'm gonna
fine.
make sure I decide to reel it back in here without contributing because I'm having a lot of fun doing this too. But
Okay.
okay, so the movie got picked up by BET and you're a BET kid, but like how much fun was it to know that I'm working on a project that's about to get put on BET?
It was exciting. It was, there's kind of like a path that most people take when they're acting. And as I mentioned, I've only been back as an adult as a serious actress. This is my second year, but my first year truly auditioning. So those first big roles are normally like, hey, he went that way, or those type of like one-liners, those under fives. So for me to get such a meaty role on BET was like I called my parents and I was like, hey, I have some exciting news. Y'all, like we kind of did it. It's gonna be a BT. It's not gonna be, not. And there's nothing wrong with smaller networks, but I'm like, yo, this is BET. This is,
That's
like our
our
commercial
network.
aired during the Soul Train Awards. Like
Oh, I
it's
saw
huge.
it.
Oh, did you? You
I
saw me
def
just doing a lot of this.
which is that's kind of cool because your character, that's what she does though. So I mean, you brought it all to life. But how much fun was it to work with the iconic Wendy Raquel?
It was too fun. And when I tell you like my ADD, like not even ADD, but I did grow up in theater, as I mentioned. I'm from Pittsburgh,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm trained to stay in character. But Wendy brings this energy that's like, yes, this is the script, sure, but she gonna do what she gonna do. So there would be moments where I'm mad at her in the freaking scene, and she says something, and I'm like,
It's hard to stay in character.
and I would get angry at her, like, listen, I'm trying to. I'm a newbie, okay? People are judging me. You can't be doing all this because I need to keep it together. But it really showed me, like, yo, she's so in tune with her character. She was so able to just be on her toes, and it was a lesson learned. Like every day, there was actually a moment where we had all went off book just a little bit, and it was she did a line, and I was up next, and I was just so in awe. I'm just looking at her, and she's like, is she gonna say her line? And I'm like, oh, I'm back, I'm back. Run it again. And I did it, of course. It only happened like twice. But just because it's I'm in character, but I'm also learning. Like when you have a legend right in front of you and she's doing stuff that you can't learn in class. You just gotta sit there and take your mental notes. It was excellent working with Wendy. And even behind the scenes, we do look alike.
Just a
That
little bit. Just
a
a
little
little
bit.
bit.
Yo, when I seen this on TV, I was like, yo, that could be. She don't look like my actual mother, but like, yo, that could be my mom. But just the wisdom that she would give me, like, cause we a lot of times we go to hair and makeup together. We spend a lot of time together,
Mm-hmm.
and she became like Mama Wendy, giving me gems every single day, bonding with me every single day. She called my mom's birthday, called her, wished her, sung her happy birthday.
Oh, she sung it.
Wendy,
That is so nice.
yeah, very just like it was nothing to her.
Yeah,
Just
I'm gonna go ahead and put this out there. I actually reached out to her a couple times, but yeah, hey, just shoot your shots. Hope you score. If you don't, it's all right. Just keep working and just keep, getting better. So, how have you managed to stay motivated even during the difficulty of 2020?
um honestly, when I say for me, like I see where it's affected other people, but 2020 has been incredible for me. Aside from this movie, I booked a series called Thruple with Eric Coker. You got to work harder. And I think 2020 has been that, hey, listen, When the auditions come in, they come in with shorter turnarounds right now because, hey, like these spaces with COVID, it's like, hey, we have a space right now. Everybody's COVID free right now. We got to shoot. Everything is rushed and everything is, back. Like this movie shot in 17 days, whereas I think last year if they did it, we would have shot it in 3 months. But everything has to be faster because of COVID. So not everybody is prepared for that pressure, and I'm one of those pressure people. So for this, it's like every single self tape with COVID, I know I got to put my best foot forward because, hey, I don't know when the next opportunity is going to be. So for this movie, I made sure to embrace it as much as possible because I don't know when the next movie is going to be.
What is it
COVID
that
could
you
turn
want?
on
Well, yeah.
that.
Yeah, well, like I was gonna ask, so like, what is it about this movie that you want the fans, to take away from, especially with your performance?
um, I think with my performance, keep in mind, I'm up with two heavy people. Like Keisha and Wendy, their personalities are on 10. So I had to kind of be 5. So you will see a muted version of my kind of acting, which was different because I'm not used to like the role that I did before with Thruple. I was the Steva. I come in the room, you hush. And 3 weeks later, I'm on this set where Wendy, and then you've got Keisha Sharp, who the girl is sharp. I
I
don't know.
reached out to her too, but that's a conversation for a different
I'm gonna
time.
see what I can do for you. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see. But they are so busy right now. Like everybody's reaching out to them right now. So that's why I'm gonna ask for you. But I don't know if I can deliver. And if they say no, like when I tell you they're the sweetest ladies in the world, if they can't do it, it's because they genuinely cannot do it. It's not because they don't want to. It's because right now everybody's blowing them up. We've had crazy views just on the trailer and
Sure have. And the fact that I could be wrong, but I think Keisha and Wendy both took over BET's IG today too.
I'll be there later.
And you're about to say, yeah, so y'all took over BET today. Look, I know all y'all
Not yet.
busy.
It didn't happen yet. Did it
Uh,
happen yet? I was gonna say if it happened yet, I missed it. I was supposed to be on there. No, it's at 6 our time. It's at 3 their time.
got you.
So
Well,
Keisha's at 3, so I'll hop on a call um at 6. It's 3 their time, 6 our time. We'll be on there. And then tomorrow Wendy does it, I believe, at 6. But I don't remember. I need to check my schedule. No, I'm not being funny. I don't remember.
I mean, you're a busy woman, though. You just had
Yeah.
to film this movie, and I'm sure that there are a couple other things that you are in the process of working on. But,
Yeah.
sticking to A Christmas Surprise, what is the storyline of the movie?
The storyline is I'm a college girl. I went to USC, which is awesome because that was my dream college growing up. I didn't go there, but that was the dream. So I wanted to be like Monica on basketball. Anyways.
Hey, that's the movie right there. That's the
It's
movie
a
right
terrible movie
there.
though. As an adult, when you watch that, like,
Oh,
yo,
I
you
love
lost
it. I
her.
love that movie. It's my favorite movie of all time because
It was
I'm
a
a
great
basketball
movie,
player.
but the synopsis, he played her the whole movie. That is
I have
rude.
to I have to respectfully disagree with that though.
He dogged her the whole, pushed her down when she was a kid,
She
played
had
her
it
at the
coming.
dance. He let a chick come up to her at the dance and say, I ain't no Nike made dresses. He should have been
That
like, no, that's my babe.
that wasn't his babe though. That wasn't his babe
He
at
broke
the
up with her
time.
because she had to make curfew.
I
Made him
mean, he was
play
going through a lot
made
of
her play
personal
for his
issues.
part.
Sometimes when we go through our personal issues, we dealing with it. You can't blame that on him.
It was the ending for me. Like not only did she have to play for his heart, he dunked on her. The
I would
last
have too though. She had a
like not
you did
even just like, oh, I'm gonna
she
get you for he dunked on that
time out,
girl.
time out, time out. She
Off
came
air,
over
love
to his
basketball.
house the night before his wedding trying to get him back. She's the one that did that, not Q.
Okay, but she also flew home to go see him because he decided to he ain't make that one dunk that landed him in the hospital. She flew to see him. His girl, the stewardess. I'm a stewardess, but the stewardess, like those huzzy stewardesses, the stewardess pulled up. What was she supposed to be like? Oh, she gonna fight for it? Tyra Banks? It's a whole giant. What do you mean? No. So she waited. She had to build her nerve up. And that's what she did. He could have just did a little. I used to play ball. He could have did a little layup, even a reverse of the
Nah,
layup.
he had
He
to dunk
dunked
that.
on
He
her.
had to dunk. to prove to her he's still the king. That's why. And he took no, scratch that. He's the one that said double or nothing, and she ran back to him. So
Yeah, later.
she
She took
wanted it
on
first
that.
though. She
Dude
wanted it
got one
first
time to dunk
though.
on me. You got one time to dunk on me. I swear to God. Yo mama car, because you at your mama house, wherever he at, all that stuff
Ah,
slashed.
so you
But
about to
not a
turn
six.
into Nia Long? You about to turn into Nia Long for waiting to exhale on somebody?
You in the wrong movie. You with the wrong actress. Talking about Angela Bassett.
I'm tripping. That's how you know it's been a
I
long
was like,
day.
you alone. Which
That's
movie
how
was
you,
Secret?
in my defense, I didn't worked like on 3 other segments today. So it's been a long
Yes,
one.
I will. If somebody dunked on me, that was the utmost disrespect. So yes, I wanted to go to USC before I realized that the storyline. It was an incredible movie. Like shout out to the cast, Debbie Morgan, Sanaa Lathan, amazing, Omar Epps. But the synopsis, I couldn't let my daughter. I don't have kids, but I can't let my niece watch that movie. Like, yo, we not doing this for these men. Just so we clear, like that's why I be getting dogged
I
now because
love
that's
it.
what I grew up with. So yes, I wanted to
Okay.
go to USC. So Brittany, I'm Brittany. I'm
Uh-huh.
making it into, I'll just be Brittany because Brittany doesn't have ADD. Okay, so the story's about me. I'm Brittany. I went to USC and I'm going home for the holidays to visit my mom. But my mom doesn't know is that I fell in love while in college with an artist named Mary. And my mom is a little cray, a little bit. So I try to like slowly give her the news that I'm engaged and that I actually want to get married on her favorite holiday. And I don't want her to have anything to do with my wedding. And it doesn't work out very, very well.
Well, even though you can't give us everything that happens in the movie, at least, we're thankful that, you took this time out to share a couple things with us.
Uh,
As somebody that, wants to continue on doing this, what advice would you give to those young people that want to follow in your footsteps?
Education, like, is key. I fought school forever just because I think networking is huge, but also if I didn't have class, like to be thrown into a role like this where it's like, yo, I skipped those steps. So I just did a series. So I wasn't green. I did a series. I actually did a small role in a movie called The Mark and some TV stuff. I did some TV roles. But for movies, my first big major network. Coming in, if I did not have my class, I would not have had the confidence. I wouldn't have had the know-how. Because I've seen people on one of my sets who didn't have the training and then we had to stop everything. I had a really big moment that was a little bit ruined because the other actress was blocking me, blocked my whole dramatic moment. No, and it was a big deal because I was able to get emotional. And the director was like, "That was amazing, Kay, but we couldn't see you. So and so, can you get on your mark so we could see her?" And learning marks, learning how to handle continuity, learning how to, I'm Meisner trained, um, uh, all of those things. I would say definitely go to school and don't wait. One of my biggest regrets was waiting to do it. I'm not super late to the game, but I'm a little bit late. If you have a dream and it's in entertainment, do it now. There's no excuses but you. None. So act now, educate yourself, and then just go do it.
If anybody wanted to connect with you after this interview or after the movie, how can they do that?
Um, Instagram, KAYBELOVE, KB Love, or just type in Katelynn Bennett. I am on Clubhouse as Katelynn Bennett. I have a Twitter that I don't use.
I know the feeling. I know that feeling all too well.
I'm just so much more than 140 characters. So.
Hey, nothing wrong with that at all. Well, Katelynn, we greatly appreciate you for just taking this time out. Last few things. What can the people expect from this movie that is getting ready to air on BET? What can the people expect from it?
Nonsense. Like some of this stuff I was just watching, like, who writes this? Like, it's when I say nonsense, I mean like hilarious.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I don't want people to be like, oh, she said the movie was not, like, no, I mean it. And like, y'all really filmed people behaving this way? Like, we filmed it. We did in 17 days. Y'all can expect to laugh. I think you guys can expect to cry. Before I do get off here, I don't know if you have any more questions. We did lose somebody during the movie. Right after we wrapped, we lost one of our makeup artists.
Oh
So
man.
I know, so pretty much all day, I know tomorrow you'll be seeing a lot of dedications to her. So aside from the jokes, the seriousness of that, I just want to give a shout out to Alexis Steele and her family, just to let them know that she really blessed me. She was the head makeup artist on set every single day. So we'll see a lot of shout outs to her. Just so you guys know what that means. Whenever we do shout her out, it's for that reason. We now have an angel for this movie. So if y'all don't want to watch it for anything else, watch it for Lex.
Hey, well, that just touched my heart. Definitely, we send our thoughts and our prayers to her. Katelynn Bennett, ladies and gentlemen, on the Chris Gunther Show, a Christmas surprise premiere Sunday at 8 o'clock on BET. Katelynn, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thanks to everybody in the comments. I didn't have time to read them, but but I
Thank
try to
y'all for.
squeeze before he closes it. I'm trying to see it. I'm trying to see it. I'm trying to see it.
This is by far the most fun I've had all day. All right, y'all, we about to
It's
go ahead
10 o'clock. You say that like it's 11 p.m. Like
when you've been.
you need to say all week. I
I'm
need
a,
to be your fun for the week.
I'm gonna slide in your DMs and let you know how crazy this week has been. That's why I can tell you that's how much fun this day has been. All right, y'all. I got ready to get out of here. Katelynn Bennett on the Chris Gunther Show. Katelynn Bennett on the Chris Gunther Show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Thank y'all. I'm out.
Bye.